Alright guys, we're going to continue from the last video. This one says find the radius of a circle with a circumference of 35 pi yards. Alright, so we had find the radius. So the circumference, remember, is 2 pi r. And we're looking for the radius if we're given the circumference. So we're going to take 35 equals 2 pi r. And then we are solving for r, so we're trying to get r by itself. So we're going to divide by 2 pi. So everything cancels here and leaves just r. The pi's cancel here, and we have 35 divided by 2, which is 17.5. And we're talking about yards, so it's going to be in yards. So 17.5 yards. All right, number 12 says find the radius of a circle with an area. This time we're given the area of 380.13. All right, so if you remember, area is pi r squared. And so now we're going to put the area in for the formula. And when we do that, we're going to put 380.13 is equal to pi r squared. Now we can divide both sides by pi. So we have r squared equals, and then 380.13 divided by pi is 121. All right, now since r is squared, we need to take the square root of both sides. So we're going to have r equals 11. And we're not going to have plus or minus here because we're talking about the radius. Radius is the distance from the inside of the circle to the side of the circle, so it can only be a positive number. So r equals 11 inches. All right, number 13 says find the diameter of a circle with an area of 615 square centimeters. All right, so number 13, area equals pi r squared. And then we're going to take the 615.75 and substitute that in for a, because that's our area. And then that's equal to pi r squared. Again, divide by pi, because pi is a number, 3.14, da-da-da-da-da. So then we're going to have r squared is equal to 196. All right, again, we've got r squared. To undo something squared, take the square root. R equals the square root of 196, which is 14. Now, this one says find the diameter. We found the radius. Remember, the radius is half the distance across. The diameter is the whole distance. So your diameter can be found by taking this and doubling. So twice 14 is 28 centimeters. Okay, so make sure you go back and read the question. These up here ask for radius, but this one asks for diameter. So you had to do one more step at the end. All right, so find the diameter of a circle with an area of 90.25 pi. So we've got area equals pi r squared. So 90.25 pi divide by pi. Pi cancels on both sides. R squared equals 90.25. Take the square root. R equals 9.5. Again, we're looking for the diameter, which is twice the radius. So that's going to be 19 meters. All right, moving on to number 15, says use the information given to find the area or their circumference. So we're still using similar formulas or the same formulas with different problems. All right, so find the area for number 15 of a circle with a circumference of 26 pi. All right, so we want to find the area. So area equals pi r squared. Actually, we're going to back up and start with the circumference formula. All right, so circumference is given. So we're going to start with circumference equals 2 pi r. And circumference is 26 pi in this case. So we're going to solve for the radius so that we can use that to find the area. So we're going to divide by 2 pi. So r, this cancels, so we're left with r, and this cancels, and 26 divided by 2 is 13. All right, so now that we've found the radius, we're trying to find the area. So now we're going to take this radius and use it for the area formula. So area equals pi r squared. So area equals pi times radius squared. And the area equals 13 squared is 169 pi. And this is in feet. Since we're talking about area, it's going to be 169 feet squared, and 169 times pi is 530.93 feet squared. Again, this is the exact area. This is the approximate area. All right, number 16. Number 16 says, find the circumference of a circle with an area of 289 pi square millimeters. All right, so let's start with circle with an area. We're starting with area this time. Area equals pi r squared. So we're starting with what we're given. We're given the area, so we can take that and plug it in and find information that we need. All right, so 289 pi equals pi r squared. Divide by pi. So 289 equals r squared. Take the square root. What is square root of 289 is 17. All right, so now we're going to take the circumference, or we want to find the circumference. So we're going to take the circumference formula, 2 pi r, since we're given the radius here, we're going to plug that in. C equals 2 times pi times 17. So the circumference is going to equal 34 pi millimeters, or if I do an approximate answer, that's going to be 106.81 millimeters. Exact answer, or answer in terms of pi if you multiply by pi. All right, so if we can do a couple more examples. Find the circumference of a circle with an area of 201.06 square inches. So we're going to start with what we're given, which is the area. Area equals pi r squared. Area (201.06) equals pi r squared. All right, I want to divide both sides by pi. R squared equals 64. Take the square root. R equals 8. All right, we're trying to find their circumference. We found the radius, so now we can plug the radius in our new formula. So circumference equals 2 pi times 8. So this one's going to be 16 pi, or about 50.27. And this is inches. All right, number 18 says find the area with a circumference of this. So that means we're going to start with what we're given, which is circumference. Circumference equals 2 pi r. I'm given 131.95. Divide both sides by 2 pi. (131.95) divided by 2 pi is 21. That's our radius. So you're going to say area equals pi r squared. Area equals pi times 21 squared, which is 441 pi meters, or about 1,385.44 meters squared. All right, exact area, approximate area. These two are pretty much the same, just in different forms. One's in terms of pi, and one's an approximation when you multiply by pi. All right. Very quickly, just going to get you started on the last two, and then you can get started on your homework. It says find the area given the circumference. So you're going to start with the circumference in this case, because that's what you're given. And you're going to solve for r. And then you're going to use r to find the area. So area equals pi r squared. For this one, it says find the circumference with an area. So you're going to start with area. And you're going to plug in the 1809.56. And you're going to solve for r and then plug that back in to find the circumference. If you have any questions, just let me know.